Hello? Hold on. Welcome to the stream. You've chosen to be chosen to tune into the stream. Whether you're here to stay or on your way, parts unknown. Welcome to the stream. It's safe here. Hello. It's been a week. It has been a week. Oh god. Was it the first week of June? God. What was I doing this entire week? Oh right, I had to get out of country. So yeah, welcome to another morning, Tengu. Are we in the middle of June yet? Oh, we're kind of approaching the middle of June right now. But yeah. Oh, I guess I just got like a mental flashback. Give me a second. I hope everyone's caught up with Spider-Verse. Kinda. It's out. Watch it. It's good. Is it as good as the first one? Yeah, kinda. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't miss any beats from the first one. Got funky characters. You got different styles. Generally, really enjoyable movie. But let's talk more about that later. Hey, let's go into the week. This week was interesting because I'm trying to stream more different varieties of games. Right. Wednesday has kind of become Final Fantasy 14 at night, right? So This week I tried taking on Island Sanctuary. Shit, I should check that. I haven't I set the schedule for my workshops on Island Sanctuary and I just left it. I should go and check it later. Island Sanctuary, yeah. So basically what it is Animal Crossing on Final Fantasy, right? And after you get to a certain point, you don't really need to farm anything anymore. You still kind of do, but like not a whole lot, right? You just set your workshops to produce like goods and stuff, and you just leave it, and it just kind of auto generates EXP to level up the island. So that stream was kind of chill, actually. I really enjoyed that stream. Like I just kind of turned off my brain for a little bit, went around in circles on the island gathering materials, just talking my head off with everyone. It was just generally chill and enjoyable. But realizing the Island Sanctuary isn't as, packed to the brim of content as it was when it first started out, right? It was a little bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit disappointing that I just effectively set my workshops to work and left it, and it was just like, all right, well, that's Island Sanctuary, and like, shit, that's like barely 30-40 minutes into the stream. I'm not gonna end the stream right here. But yeah, went in circles, gathering some materials, just cause did a few roulettes and closed off on that stream. However, for this coming week for Final Fantasy 14 Wednesday, I believe I will be trying to take on the new extreme, Golbez Extreme. It'll be more like a training arc, because I haven't cleared it yet. I think I did up to a certain gimmick, like not even midway through, just slightly short, just slightly shy of the midway point. And yeah, I'm hoping to clear it. I'll be having another training session tonight with some friends. Whether or not we'll clear it is a whole different question. If we do, then I'll probably just run it on stream, just farm it, because I doubt I'll get the weapon or anything from any drops from it at this current time, right? I reckon we're gonna clear it like once and we're like, oh yeah, let's get some, and then they're like, okay, yeah, we cleared it. Yeah. So if I clear it tonight, if I clear Golbez EX tonight, the stream on Wednesday will be a farming stream, or it'll turn into a Ruby Conte stream, because I haven't cleared Ruby Conte yet. Ruby Conte and Endsinger. These are the two EXs I haven't cleared yet from 6.0. Yeah. The only time I ever did extremes last time was 6.0, actually. No, wait, I lied. I did Barbarisha. Wind Mommy. I did the Wind Mommy one. And I cleared that one. That one's pretty good. All right. The pairing stuff is a little bit troubling, a little bit difficult, but generally Barbarisha is pretty okay. My end goal here is to farm all the EXs and slowly start gathering the mounts, because I need to start gathering mounts. We're at 6.4. We're almost at the end of the X pack. The you got all the mounts mount is gonna come out at like 6.5. So I have to start like not sleeping on those mounts. I should probably farm the second EX, the second Endwalker EX, and the first Endwalker EX. These two EXs I gotta farm first, I feel. First one's okay. I mean, first one is just follow the leader. Second one, I don't remember doing after 6.0, so maybe it's easier now. Maybe we can skip a few gimmicks. Maybe the crystal phase won't be a giant fucking DPS check anymore. And you won't struggle with it. So, yeah. Whether or not I'll do that on stream is a whole different question. But yeah. We're probably, yeah, anyway, that's the plan after clearing Gold Best or Ruby Conte. Yeah, so that's content for the other weeks, right? The week after the next and stuff. Oh my god, this is really good. Jesus. Let me just copy this and put it in my folder. All right, there we go. So yeah. So yeah. Sorry. Next week, Final Fantasy 14 Gold Best EX training arc. If I clear it tonight, it'll be a farming arc. We'll probably run like 5 rounds and then take a break, and then we run 5 rounds again, or maybe not. We'll see. I'm probably only good for 5 rounds. I haven't gone crazy into farming EXs since Shadowbringers. Actually, I think the last time I actually went crazy about it was 5 point something, 6.0 actually. 6.0. I farmed a lot of Shadowbringers EXs in 6.0, but I think it's mostly unsynced. Was it? I don't remember. Only because I wanted to get the shards, so I'm prepared to cash in whenever the shiny weapons come out. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's Final Fantasy 14 for next week. Next week as well, I believe. I'm not too sure what my schedule is like next week. Yeah, Wednesday is Final Fantasy 14 Gold Best EX. As for Saturday and Sunday, I kind of want to open up some time for myself. I'll be honest. Yeah. I gotta hit back on that War Thunder grind. I've been crazy in the Fortnite grind. I'm be honest. Which I'll be streaming later tonight with some friends. On Saturday we have War Thunder play together. I'm gonna be playing Red Dead again. Hopefully it won't be as hot on next Saturday, because it was crazy hot yesterday. Like I was not in the right state of mind. I'm being honest, because the weather was crazy. It was baking me. So yeah, I really need to start getting that air conditioner installed. Heck, when I'm getting the air conditioner installed, maybe I can take a break from stream just a short bit. All right, it's gonna take a while for it to get installed, right? Maybe a day or two. I'm not too sure. I should actually just get it now. I should actually just get the air conditioner now. Actually, all right. That's for later on. That's for like next week or next month. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna be starting again. I'm gonna continue Red Dead on Saturday, and morning Tengu again on Sunday. Maybe I'll take the Sunday night off, because normally I have a collab on Sunday nights. I'm just a little bit tired, of collabs. So yeah, yeah, that's the schedule for next week. So anyway, let's dive into the main meat. Let's talk about Spider-Verse. Dude, was it Across? Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse was good. I'm glad I watched it 2 times. I watched it 2 times. So the first time I watched it, I believe it was last week. Did it come out just last week? Yeah. I watched it last Sunday. I woke up at like 10 a.m. and then I was like, all right, let's go and watch Spider-Verse. And I woke up, I washed up, and I just ran to a theater and just like watched stuff. Raichi Spats, hello, welcome to the stream. Wait, where are your chats? Where are your chats showing up? Give me a second. All right, give me a hot minute. Where did the chat go? Oh no, the chat disappeared. Why is it doing that? No. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Talk about Spider-Verse. The new Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man movie is pretty good. Let me try to get the chat fixed. It should have been really sus that it didn't have a little gray background on my little chat box. You should have noticed that. This one the right one? Exact same link. But refresh the cache. Nope, it's broken. Chat's broken, guys. We're done. Ah, there we go. I fixed it. Yo, coding. I know how to do coding just a little bit. So yeah. I'm excited to go watch next week with friends when I go to Orlando. Gonna be official Florida man. Oh no, there are more in the Florida space. It's okay, it'll be closest to the world's like only isopod petting tank in the Florida Keys, which is one of the places I really want to go. But Florida is really far and I don't think I'll be able to go anytime soon or in the near future, which is really sad. I want to go to the isopod petting tank. I want to go to the isopod petting tank in Florida. I think it's the only one in the world. So I want to go there and just like touch the boy. So yeah. Yeah, Spider-Verse, it definitely didn't miss any beats from the last movie, right? Same level of quality. I'm glad they delayed it. Same, you know, I wouldn't say animation style. What's a good way to atmosphere, like, right? The music was on point. It's just like it hit the beats whenever it needed to be. Right, whenever it needed. Oh, English. You have the chill music, you have the like the hype music, and it's all like copyrighted music as well, right? I think that's a really good way that we have a really good direction to bring things in. It's just use fucking copyrighted music. There are times where they make original scores and it's like, oh, it's a music soundtrack, but when you put in like licensed music, it feels more down to earth and it feels more, I don't know, it feels just more relatable. I'll be honest. You know, when the Avengers theme comes on, it's like, oh my god, the Avengers, da, 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 da. And then it's like, is it memorable? Yeah, I guess kinda, but does it like, you know, loop in your head? No, not really. It's really just sort of like, oh, the Avengers show up, the Avengers theme. It's not like Avengers show up and it's like this really cool like hip hop track. I don't know. Or, you know, when they play like Thunderstruck, you know, that'll be great. But it's not like that. So yeah, music is on point, animation is on point. Seeing so many like different Spider-Men in one movie, and I didn't catch them all actually. There are a few I didn't catch. Why is this live action guy here? And he's not like a clip from like the old like Spider-Man, right? He's just like a straight up a dude in there, like, okay, all right. And then of course you've got like PS4 Spider-Man 60 FPS in the 30 FPS world, and it's like suddenly you see this very silky smooth Spider-Man moving. I'm like, and your brain just kind of glitches out a little bit, right? It's great. All the Spider-Men were amazing. Like, it's weird though. There's some Spider-Man that I haven't actually seen before or don't know about. I know about Scarlet Spider because I know. Here's the thing, right? Growing up, there's a lot of like Spider-Man content when growing up. You have Infinite Spider-Man. You have like not JLA. There's a fair amount of Spider-Man or Marvel Comics content around me when I grew up, right? I saw like covers, but I didn't actually read them. I saw like covers of like this female looking Venom with the blonde hair, right? I saw like the Scarlet Spider before. I think it's before it's called the Scarlet Spider. It's just like this edgy. It was during this edgy era of comics and cartoons, right? They would make this. Oh, it hurts. It hurts so good. Oh, I lost my family, and it's like, damn, that was an era. That was an age. That was like the Punisher age, right? And yeah, just having these like snapshots and glimpses of Spider-Man as I grew up, and seeing them in the movie itself, like not even like as a main role, just showing up in the background, is like, wow, okay, we're actually starting to unlock core memories in people, just showing all these old Spider-Men. And like I said earlier, like Infinite Spider-Man, I didn't catch. I saw him, and I was like, why is he so familiar? Until I talked like with a friend at work, and he's like, do you catch Infinite Spider-Man? I'm like, Infinite Spider-Man? Like which one? The one where they fight the animals, and his suit is actually just like on his watch. Like, oh my god, I watched this as a kid. It's the one where where it's like a Ben 10 watch. He baps it, and then like little micro spiders crawl all over his body, and that becomes the suit. Infinite Spider-Man. I was like, holy shit. I grew up with that Spider-Man. Like, it's one of the few Spider-Man I grew up with, right? There's also one of the cartoons that isn't, I don't know. A lot of the cartoons one kind of showed up. The two significant cartoons one showed up, and it's like, oh god. There's just Spider-Man. A lot of Spider-Man. There's some new ones, of course, and ones that I'm not too clear about. I believe I've seen India Spider-Man here and there, but it wasn't during my childhood, so the impression wasn't as strong. Spider-Punk kind of showed up on my timeline once in a long time ago. I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And then like, yeah, that was it. But Across the Spider-Verse, like, very good. There are a few things like you can only catch when you watch the second part, because like, okay, I mean the second time. The first time I was watching it was like, oh wow, color, exposition, and then you're too busy absorbing the exposition to see the entire like shot, right? There is a moment in the movie where what was it? There's a canon event. There's a canon event that's happening, and then they shouldn't interfere. And then as Lila was mentioning what canon event the canon event was happening, there's a code ASM 90. And if you search ASM 90, it is the exact issue where the canon event happens. Like, okay, that's actually pretty cool. Like Amazing Spider-Man issue 90 or something, right? So it's just like it was pre. There's all like small little details in the entire movie that I probably might need to watch a third time to catch all of it. Because the second time I was really tired. It was like after work. I got back. I sat in the seat. I was like, fuck, I'm struggling to stay awake. Because it was such a long day. So hopefully, currently I'm kind of tired. Like I'm a little bit exhausted from absorbing all the Spider-Verse stuff. So I will probably watch it a third time, like the next week, or some other week in IMAX or something. I want to watch it in IMAX. I watch it in like normal movie theater thing system. That was good itself. It was good enough, but I definitely want to experience it in IMAX. That's for sure. I've heard there's a new like audio remastered version coming out. It's like, damn, movies are getting like patch notes. Let's go. We're pre-releasing things before they're actually finished. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. I'm glad they delayed it, because in the intro sequence itself, right? In the intro sequence itself, before it even gets to the main part, before it even gets to like the main bulk of the movie, right? That whole sequence looks like it took like 2 years to animate just the front part. That's the level of quality that I really like kind of experienced at that first section of the movie, where Da Vinci Vulture comes out. Da Vinci Vulture comes out, and then and they've got the rest. You got Miguel coming out, and Miguel coming out. The sound design was so good. The moment okay, so basically from was it Into the Spider-Verse was the first one? So in the first one, you have very distinct sound designs for everyone, right? For Spider-Ham, you had the cartoony music. For Penny Parker, you have the electro, really fast-paced music, right? Really like the anime, and then for Spider-Noir, you have the saxy, the slow kind of music, right? And Gwen, you have the drum, the guitars, the rock, right? Whoa, what's my OBS just constantly glitching out? Give me a second. Let me close Photoshop, actually. I think it might be Photoshop. Or maybe it's just me looking at my own stream. All right, there we go. Maybe me looking at my own stream. It's like, oh, it's a feedback loop. Anyway, so yeah, you have a sound design for everyone. The sound design that stood out the most to me was Prowler, because it was really jarring in this entire Into the Spider-Verse movie. It was all music. I was like vibey, and then Prowler comes. It's like it's very, very sharp. It's very jarring. It catches your eye. It catches your ear. It disrupts the flow of everything just by him showing up, right? And that was the most like prominent thing that stood out in the terms of the entire movie, right? In terms of sound design, was that I believe it was an elephant noise, and they mixed it to a point where it's just not like an elephant noise anymore. That was the most impressionable. The sound that left the most impression on me was this jarring electric noise, right? And for Across the Spider-Verse, it was when Miguel shows up. It's the same kind of vibe. It's like, and he shows up, and all the music cuts out the moment he shows up, and it plays his intro like stinger. I guess it's like a stinger. He shows up, and he's like, "Oh my god, he's so cool!" Like he fights a little bit, and you're like, "Oh my god, Miguel is so cool!" And then, of course, after he shows up, he shows his back to Gwen. He's like really cool, really macho, me gusta. I love him. I have a newfound respect for all my Spanish friends because of him. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, like he stands up, and of course, being a Spider-Man movie, being a Spider-Man, him being very overly serious is immediately broken down by Spider-Gwen's like sense of humor. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm glad we're not being overly serious right now, right? The serious cool part is over. It's like here's the thing with the movie, right? It has parts where it's like serious, but it's not the entire like overall. Oh, it is actually kind of. You still have some fun parts. You still have some fun parts in between, and it's like kind of serious, but it's broken up by the Spider-Man humor. And I'm like, okay, that's good. So yeah, he shows up, and like Spider-Gwen's like, who the fuck? Who are you? Like Blue Garfield. Like, very cute, very very cool. So yeah, I love Miguel. Miguel shows up, and everything about him, his design, his sense of humor. Heck, okay, his sense of humor is a. This is gonna just like Miguel fan post, but Spider-Man 2099, very cool, tragic story. He's kind of like, it's kind of like he was born in this era where the edgy era is kind of like falling off, and they want to start poking fun at it, right? He comes from a very tragic background. He's overly serious. He has to protect, he has to protect the timelines, but he's paired up with this AI that constantly pokes at him for fun, and it's really adorable. I love the dynamic so much. Where is my AI waifu? Yeah, you're right. So Lila breaks up his overly serious, overly tense parts. Now, everyone just keeps poking fun at him because he's overly serious, he's overly like dramatic, and it's just generally really fun whenever he shows up. When you see him, it's like, oh, he's so cool, and then they immediately break down his character every single time he shows up. And it's like, oh, poor dude can't catch a fucking break and be cool for like 5 minutes without somebody poking fun at him. It's great. I love it. Oh god. Okay, that's my Miguel fan post. So yeah, Sound design was amazing. Having Miguel being the jarring sound of the entire movie definitely, you know, it didn't paint him as a hero. He's never been a hero, apparently. Apparently, he's been more of an anti-hero. And, you know, because Spider-Verse came out, a lot of, like, you know, places start posting pages from the comics. And one of the comics is literally Spider-Man 2099 letting an innocent woman die because she's getting in his way. I'm like, okay, all right. That's Spider-Man 2099. Okay, I'm glad we got the cross the Spider-Verse version. Holy shit. So yeah, great. Anyway, sorry. I was about to start going on the Miguel fan posting hole again. But main thing is, again, they bring back a lot of colorful like characters. Although, I'll be honest, the cast this time is not as aesthetically diverse. You know, because the first one they had the anime, you had the noir who is black and white, and then you have the cartoon Spider-Ham. Spider-Gwen is okay. Like Spider-Gwen, Peter B. Parker, and Miles Morales are somewhat sameish, right? But this time you have Miles, Gwen, and Spider-Punk. Spider-Punk is the only one that's super distinct. And then you got Spider-Man India. I forgot his actual his like title name. But anyway, main thing is, it doesn't feel as like wow. You know, like it doesn't feel like a rainbow. It feels like a monochrome, not a monochrome, like two colors instead of like 7 colors of different things, right? This time it felt like, okay, you have the main people who like have a consistent style, and then you have Spider-Punk. Spider-Punk style is great. And reading about how they animated Spider-Punk was just good. Very, very good. His entire aesthetic is him being this punk aesthetic, right? Yeah, Spider-Punk. Punk art aesthetic, where apparently last time they used to cut out parts of magazines and paste it onto something to make like an art piece. So basically that's his style. And it's like, yeah, I can see it. His frames are just slightly slower than the rest of them. The frames his animations are at. And it really like makes him stand out. And he honestly always stands out because his whole character is him wanting to be an anarchist, wanting to rise up against authority and rise against the system. And it's like, and just having him just the only character that's a different style from everyone else made him stand out and made him be like the sore thumb, right? Not in a bad sense, but in a good sense. He stood out to be the only one who's not on board with the whole like Spider-Verse thing. And you know, as everyone's trying to fall into, everyone on the main cast is trying to fall into the system or trying to follow the system, he is the only one who's constantly fighting against the system. It's like, yeah, that's good. That's pre. So yeah, Hobie's great. Hobie's great. And aside from that, honestly, I don't know. There are a lot of things you catch on the second time watching through, right? I'm bouncing back and forth a little bit. The amount of detail is put into the movie. So as we know, Miles, oh, I nearly pronounced it the wrong way. Miles Morales, right, was bitten by a radioactive spider that's not from his world. Which means that spider has been taken from a world that now does not have a Spider-Man. Because the radioactive spider was kidnapped, or spider-napped, I guess. So if you watch the Spot's introduction to himself, where he's explaining his origins, right? He explains that, I believe this is when they went back to Collider. He explains that he made Miles Morales by kidnapping a spider from a different world. And when you see the part where he says he kidnapped the spider from a different world, you can see the spider was on the edge of biting somebody with braids for their hair. And now that we know who it is Miles Morales. it's like, shit. Okay. So it just kind of just like, the spider was on the verge of creating a Spider-Man, and it got kidnapped from its timeline, from its universe. And thus Miles Morales, didn't go to the collider. Didn't have spider sense. Instead, followed his Uncle Aaron's footsteps and became the next Prowler. I was like, oh my god. And a friend linked this this documentary, I don't know, like a video commentary on Into the Spider-Verse, where Miles Morales, the one we know, right? When he runs into Spider-Man, his Peter Parker spider sense activates, right? And the background around him is blue and red, Spider-Man colors. His spider sense activates when he sees Miles Morales, and Miles Morales' spider senses also activate, right? They kind of sense each other. But Miles Morales' background is purple, magenta, I guess purple and green, and it slowly shifts to blue and red. So if he wasn't bitten by the spider, if he didn't show up in a collider, if he didn't see Peter Parker, he would have become Prowler. That timeline, he would have become Prowler, because green and pink are Prowler's colors, and as it shifts to blue and red, he becomes Spider-Man. He becomes a Spider-Man, rather. And it's crazy. Like, the amount of detail that is going into these movies is nuts. And if anything, I don't know. I need more. I need more right now. So yeah. It's so many like small details that you never really notice the first time you watch through. Heck, even the second and third time when you watch through, you don't really notice it until like somebody else from a different perspective points it out. I was like, okay, it's definitely like a movie you can really discuss about the fine details, about what you notice, about you. It's a movie to talk about, and it's great. There are parts where you pay attention and parts you don't, and some other people pay attention to the parts you didn't pay attention. It's just like, so I don't know. I really want some people to talk about this with, but generally it's hard to host a spoiler cast, because hosting in general is a little bit of a hassle. But yeah, main thing is details. They don't leave out the details, and it's just really, really good. It's a whole package, which unfortunately towards the end we realize is not a whole package. You have to wait for part 2. Well, not part 2, more like the third movie. I was like, shit. It's like towards the end, right? When it's working out, they reveal Miles Morales, right? Then they reveal like the new gang that shows up. The new Penny Parker. Oh my god, the new Penny Parker looks so good. Like, she went through some shit, and it's like, oh my god, is the actual like Penny Parker timeline Spider Mecha as well. And I was like, oh, it looks so good. And you got Spider Noir and Spider Ham showing up at the last part because they got recruited. It's like, okay, yeah. As the music started tensing up, I was like, they can't end it here. They can't end it here. In my mind, like, they can't end it here. Come on, and they did. We continue and beyond the Spider-Verse. I'm like, all right, great, all right. Slated for March 2024. I really doubt it's gonna come out that fast unless they've been working those two in tandem. I doubt Beyond the Spider-Verse will come out on March 24th. I expect it to be delayed, and if it gets delayed, I'm glad it gets delayed, because if it delays something, it can only cook to get better. Well, not except for a few cases, You come forever. So yeah, Spider-Verse, really good. I recommend everyone to go and watch it. Watch it the first time, and when the digital version comes out, watch that again. Right? You already know the story. You don't need brain power to absorb the story anymore. You just watch it. Like, oh yeah, I know what's gonna happen next, but you absorb what's going on the screen, and you just like, just appreciate like this amount of effort of this culmination of so many like artistic styles and efforts going into this. And yeah, I don't know. The entire movie, honestly, I'm glad they took their time. I'm glad they delayed it. I'm glad they really actually went out of their way to make everything look so amazing. Heck, apparently, they had machine learning and AI for Spider-Verse, but it's for like, you know, it's for tweening in between shots, right? They use machine learning to make it so that it doesn't look too weird when it's going from one a character's face is turning from one point to another. It's just like, this is the way. This is the way you're supposed to be using AI, not as a crutch, but as a tool. It's like, all right. Bachi. Thanks, Spider-Verse, for showing us the way, man. It's crazy. This movie's got to be like a fucking 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10. I want to watch it the third time now. God damn. Talk about it makes me want to watch it the third time. I want to watch it in IMAX. I'm going to watch it in IMAX. Maybe this coming week. Or the week after the next. We'll see. I don't know how busy I'll be this coming week. So anyway. Yeah, that was Spider-Verse. Is it a good movie? Yes. It's an amazing movie. Does it match up to the first one? Of course it does. It matches up really well to the first one. Does it only replicate the formula from the first one? No. It kind of really feels like a continuation. It's not just like oh, we need more money, so let's just print out a copy. It feels like, you know, it feels like this was the plan all along, even though it kind of wasn't, I think. Because I was watching the Spider-Gwen part again on the first one. It doesn't match up to the Spider-Gwen part on the second one, the sequel, the Cross into the Spider-Verse, which I don't blame them. You know, they had a budget, so they couldn't really flesh out Gwen a whole lot. Fair enough. It's fine. But yeah. But I don't know. Across the Spider-Verse also touched on a few like kind of I want to say sensitive topics, but rather topics that are relatable to our current generation. You know, learning our roots. You know, our roots, our culture, not forsaking them. You know. There's also things about family, right? It's just like it really hit really hard for me. I think I really had that moment where you like watch a movie and come out like, damn, I feel like a different person. It definitely had a lot to impart onto its audience, you know, family, heck, even about growing up. Maybe the growing up part is for me. Maybe it's really subjective to me. There's parts about like, you know, culture and being proud of it as well. Well, not proud of being you know, having it being a part of you. Miguel being Spanish, you know, Miles Morales being Puerto Rican, was it? I forget. Spider-Punk being British, and then yeah, generally really fun movie. Is it something you want to bring you know, kids to go watch it? Probably not, I want to say, but yes, definitely bring your kids to go watch it. Because imagine growing up with Spider-Verse, right? You watch it, it's like, oh, cool Spider-Man movie, and then you don't really absorb anything. You're just like, oh, color, fight, color, fight. Oh, quiet part, kind of boring. Okay, and then you grow up and you watch it again. It's like, I missed a lot from this movie. This is definitely a movie that I really want to see how children grow up with this. Because I think it was last week when I mentioned when I went to watch it for the first time at like 10 a.m. There were two kids in little Spider-Man onesies, and I was like, oh, that's so adorable. And of course, one of them got really bored of the quiet parts, right? The mother, the parents being really considerate. Thank you for being really active parents. They led the kid that was getting kind of bored and kind of making noise out, and then he ran up and down the corridor and he got tired and came back down and watched it. It's like, oh my god, A+ parenting. Thank you so much. Yeah. And after when the movie was done, the little kids in the Spider-Man onesies, they stood in front of the screen, and the mother took like photos of them. Like, oh, it's so cute, and they're posing. Like, oh, imagine being a kid that grew up with Spider-Verse. Imagine the trip you would have watching Spider-Verse again when you grow up, and just finally being able to absorb like the messages that were in, you know, the two Spider-Verse movies. Not just the first one, the second one as well. First one's all about like making your own way, you know. It was really like it was kind of staple, like, oh, new hero finding his way, you know, realizing his powers. Second one was more off that finding your own way and, you know, making sure nobody short sells you, making sure that nobody really, you know, underestimates you, undermines you. It was like, oh, it's just so good. But yeah, that was Spider-Verse. I don't know. I don't have a good way of making a cohesive like review of a movie because I've never really reviewed movies as much as I would love to. My thoughts are a jumbled mess, and that's why you can kind of, you know, I kind of ping pong between topics quite a lot instead of like finishing one entire one and then moving to the next one. I hope I'm not the only one. I don't know. I've been realizing like things I've been experiencing with myself are not just me, and just it makes me feel a bit more assured. But yeah. So anyway, I think that's it for me for today. I don't know. All right, let me open up Photoshop again. Wait a second. I'm gonna give a sneak peek to next week's schedule. So what's coming up? Let's see. Oh, friends. I like when people tag me in little bird videos. So adorable. Okay, let's show up the display. Is it this one? There we go. Okay, there we go. So this week's, or rather this coming week's schedule. Let's leave it like that. Okay. There we go. So Monday and Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, we'll be taking on Golbez EX. If not, farming Golbez EX, or doing Rubicante EX. For Final Fantasy Wednesday. For Saturday, War Thunder play along. Hopefully it'll be a more cooling day. I'll have a more cool head to play with. And then we'll play Red Dead Redemption as well at night. I'm gonna kick back and play that again. We finished chapter 1 apparently. So we're moving to chapter 2. Chapter 1 was mostly like a really like on the rails experience, but chapter 2 is more an open world experience from here on out. But yeah. And then on Sunday is kind of honestly, Jesus. For Sunday it's in the air. We have morning Tengu, of course, but for the evening part, it's always really hard to organize because it's hard to organize things with people who do not have a schedule. So yeah. Anyway, morning Tengu is a set in stone thing. Maybe I'll just take the Sunday evening off and just do my own thing and actually clear my table and build my new table. So anyway, yeah. So that's it for this week, right? That's for this coming week. Let's clear out this. Okay. So yeah. Without further ado, that was me. That was my week. I hope everyone's week's been okay. It's technically the first week of June. And we're moving into the middle part of June. And then it'll be July again. And then after July, it'll be... What was it? August? God. Time flies. It's gonna be 2024 like in a blink of an eye. Oh my God. But anyway. That's it for me for today. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks so much for hearing me rave about the new Spider-Verse movie. Thanks so much for just hanging out with me. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Without further ado, closing out here. I'm going in a loop. Stay hydrated and keep on keeping on. Jesus, what's in my mouth? Keep on keeping on. I'll catch you guys next time. So next stream will be Fortnite at like 4 p.m. JST. And then after that, we'll do Red Dead Online. These two are collabs, Japanese collabs. So if you're interested, you want to come chill, come and watch, yeah, feel free to pop by. But aside from that, that's it for this week. From me to you. Okay. Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. keep on keeping on. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Where's the end card? Where's the end card? Where's the end card? There it is. There it is.